All right, fans, here we go. 12 rounds of boxing for the vacant WBC Super Welterweight Championship of the World. Introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks, gold trim, representing the renowned fighting family from the Virgin Islands of St. Thomas, the town. His weight 153.5 pounds, a 2008 Virgin Island Olympian with a record of 20 wins, 2 losses, 15 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, making his first attempt at a world title, please welcome the WBC number 2 ranked super welterweight contender, introducing John "The Rock" Jackson. His opponent across the ring on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing orange trunks with blue trim, also representing the respected fighting boxing tradition, hailing from Houston, Texas. His weight 153.75 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign with a record of 27 wins, no losses, 12 wins coming by way of knockout. Also making his first attempt at a world title, please welcome the undefeated WBC number 1 ranked super welterweight in the world, introducing Jermell "Iron Man" Charlo.
There you see the family.
And once again, our referee in
Jermell
charge,
Charlo.
now to give instructions, Tony Weeks.
There is a lot of focus between the two, and the tempers are going to boil over as we have Jermell Charlo and John Jackson for the WBC Super Welterweight Championship of the World. Both fighters making their attempts at championship gold for the first time. We are underway. Wearing the black and the yellow is John Jackson. Wearing the orange and the blue, Jermell Charlo. And this is for the vacant WBC Super Welterweight Championship. You are seeing Jermell Charlo representing the city of Houston, Texas. Right now, a nice jab there by Jermell Charlo. And you see on the trunks of Jermell Charlo, it says "Lions only," and that is what the Charlo brothers pride themselves on. They say that in boxing we are the lions, and in the gym, in the Plex gym where Jermall Charlo trains with Ronnie Shields, it says at the front, "Lions enter." So their mentality stretches across their preparation as Jermell Charlo walking down John Jackson. But Jackson does have a heavy punch with 15 wins coming by knockout. Jermell Charlo trying to throw out that jab. Feeling out process here as we are nearing the midway point of this first round. For John Jackson, if he's going to be a counterpuncher, he needs to set his feet more. Gets out of dodge there. A wild left hook that misses for Jermell Charlo. And now Jackson is trying to assert himself in the center of the ring. And with Jermell Charlo, he's trying to go downstairs. And you know, Jermell Charlo has a very good jab, but he hasn't been using it so far, at least through the first 2 minutes of our opening round. John Jackson, if you recollect, 2 years ago was on the verge of a world title and then got knocked out by Andy Lee in vicious form. But John Jackson has said he learned a lot from that and do not coast. And they exchange coming forward as John Jackson. He's applying the pressure. There's a straight left. He went from southpaw to conventional. So John Jackson is throwing many different looks at Jermell Charlo, and Charlo has his guard up a little bit more. Closing moments here of this first round between Jermell Charlo and John Jackson. Nice piston light there by the son of Julian Jackson. And Jermell Charlo trying to load up on that hook, and that is the end of round 1. Round 2 scheduled. There we see the lovely Kyra Kelly, our lovely ring girl here tonight. The second round scheduled for 12. Very interesting. The corner, Julian Jackson, the father of John Jackson, was saying about Jermell Charlo that he's slow, that this should be relatively easy. And John Jackson even said, oh, I hurt him a little bit. And they understood that Jermell Charlo is loading up on some power punches. But Charlo is extremely successful when he throws the jab. When everything is off the jab, Jermell is a very difficult opponent to defeat. And he hasn't been defeated, so that is exactly why. But for Jermell Charlo, he was supposed to fight for a world title against Demetrius Andrade back in December of 2014, but that fight did not come to the forefront.
Don't hold a hand out.
And we're seeing John Jackson throwing that right. And John Jackson, he's throwing a right hand to the body. And I think it is so important to really try to make an impact and go to the body because of the fact that those are punches that do show signs later on in the fight. It's like depositing money into a savings account. One day down the line, you may need it, and you can go and pick from that. John Jackson seems to be the sharper of the two. Moving around very nicely. Now he's in the southpaw position is John Jackson. And see, in instances like this, he goes from southpaw to conventional, but when he squares himself up, I wonder if Jermell Charlo can really take advantage of that and apply the pressure. He's walking down John Jackson, but Jackson is doing a nice job of tying up.
Oh, stop, I got you.
And Tony Weeks did a nice job to allow them to fight out of that. John Jackson, he's throwing the jab and maneuvering very nice. Jermell hasn't been able to catch Jackson with anything relatively clean, and he throws that left hook that caught the attention of John Jackson, but it was caught by his glove. Nice combination there that landed right on the chin by John Jackson. That is the end of the second round. But right now at 154 pounds, it is Jermall Charlo who has been one of the linchpins in the division. His brother, there you see Jermell, is hoping to be the other linchpin along with Roslandi Lara as they want to take all the super welterweight titles back to Houston. Third round scheduled for 12. As on my scorecards, I have John Jackson up 2-0. Done a nice job and a nice left hook to the body of Jermell Charlo. Throwing out that jab is Charlo. That is something that has been absent in the first 2 rounds. Jab through the guard as both fighters throwing jabs and a chopping right hand that caught the attention of Jermall Charlo. And it looked like Charlo got hurt as he is retreating for the first time in the fight, and John Jackson picking up the pressure. And the fans that have made the journey from the U.S. Virgin Islands are voicing their appreciation. You wonder with Jermell not having fought the level of opposition that John Jackson is. I mean, sometimes you get in there in a fight and it is unfamiliar territory. And for John Jackson, he's been a pro actually shorter than Jermell Charlo, but he's been in there with some very stiff competition. Jermell, he was in there with Vanis Martin-Rosen and picked up a 10th round decision. And Vanis is very hard to peg around. Jermell was able to do that, but I think he needs to box a little bit more here. Seems to be tentative against John Jackson. As Jackson continues to move, he's not the slickest guy in the world, but he's giving
Stop, I got you.
Jermell Charlo different looks. 1-2 that was punctuated by a left hook that landed by the Virgin Islands product. We're seeing that Jermell seems to, I wonder if he's getting upset with himself because he's rushing in, he's on the balls of his feet. He throws a nice right hand that caught the whiskers of John Jackson. And he may have Jackson.
Stop that.
Jackson
Hey. Watch the
watches
business
and
about
some
the head.
rabbit
Here we
punching
go.
behind the head. And Tony Weeks, that's why he's one of the best in the business. Immediately warning John Jackson that is not allowed. Closing moments of this third round between John Jackson and Jermell Charlo. We got a chess match on our hands, but it is picking up between Jermell Charlo and John Jackson as Charlo landed some power shots towards the end of the third round.
Double jab.
Let's take a look. There we see the right hand. It seemed to graze Jackson, but then he caught him with that left hook. So what I was able to, from our broadcast position, the right hand grazed him, and then that left hook caught John Jackson, but both in grazing fashions. It looked worse in real time than what the replay actually showed. And you heard the corner of Jermell Charlo, Derek James, say, look, double up on your jab, more jab, and that is something that Jermell really needs to apply. And also one thing with, you heard Derek James, he doesn't want Jermell to be too relaxed. Now he is walking down John Jackson. Nice right hand. And landed right there on the eyebrow of John Jackson. With Jermell, he's picked it up. It seems like John Jackson is retreating a little bit. You can see a right cross that missed by Jermell Charlo. An uppercut but going to the body. The uppercut missed by John Jackson. However, the left hook to the body did catch Jermell Charlo. You can hear Derek James, beg your pardon, tell Charlo, cut him off. And Jermell certainly has the athletic ability to do so. And with Jermell, he's throwing the jab, but he's not committing to it. That last jab, he kind of pulled it back midway through. He should totally extend, as he just did right there, and he threw that right hand that caught right over the guard of John Jackson. The jab, it is such a fundamental punch because it allows you to set up so many other different things. And also with Jermell, I'd like to see him change levels a little bit, maybe stick the jab to the midsection, because Jackson has been Jackson shakes his head as to say, yeah, keep coming to me. I am more than willing to oblige being a counter puncher. Charlo, left hook downstairs, but missing. Jackson doesn't seem to be sitting down in his punches as much as he did early in the first two rounds. Final 10 seconds of this fourth round between Jermell Charlo and John Jackson. And a nice right hand. Oh my goodness! A double right hand that landed by John Jackson. The best punch of the fight. The U.S. Virgin Islands Olympian.
Come on, deep breath, come on. Here we go.
Take a look at some of the work by John Jackson. Nice uppercut, and then that left hook to the body, taking some of the steam out of Jermell Charlo. Again, we're watching some of that left hook right there on the chin, followed by a right hand over the guard. And again, that was a beautiful three-punch combination by John Jackson. A nice job as a counter punch with the right hand that smashed the nose of Jermell Charlo. As John Jackson gaining, there we see the lovely Carlo joining us, the 5th round, as we are nearing the midway point of the fight. John Jackson and Jermell Charlo. Charlo really needs to find a way to be more active, as John Jackson is landing the more effective and authoritative shots. The thing about John Jackson is he's 27 years of age. I mean, when you fight at Madison Square Garden, when you fight, you know, some high-quality opposition, you start to learn a lot about yourself. And there we see the body work by John Jackson. From Andy Lee, I mean, Willie Nelson is no slouch whatsoever either. And a nice right hand. That is a clubbing right hand by Jermell Charlo. But it seemed like coming into the fight, like Jermell was more interested in being a power puncher. However, the power is clearly in the favor of John Jackson. Oh my goodness, a left hook that stunned John Jackson. And he's going backwards, and he is trying to grab Jermell Charlo now. Picking up the intensity as the fans from Houston rise to their feet. Boy, John Jackson got buzzed by that left hook. After Jermell Charlo, you cannot let him off the hook. 90 seconds remaining in this 5th round, scheduled for 12.
No, stop. No. Here we go. Keep it playing.
Now continues to stop John Jackson, and he throws a nice right cross. A left hook. Jermell Charlo is swinging for the fences. I think when he needs to focus from a baseball standpoint, hitting a single and a double, the home run shot will come, and he throws a lead right hand that misses as Jackson turns around Jermell Charlo. And in the corner, Julian Jackson telling his son, keep your hands up. And a nice chopping right hand right on the left cheekbone of John Jackson. This has been outstanding to watch for Jermell Charlo, his best round of the fight, showing the power. And now John Jackson is the counter puncher. You can hear the chants of "Let's go Mel." That is what the nickname is for Jermell.
Stop. I got you. Let him go.
10 seconds to go in this 5th round, scheduled for 12. An eventful 5th stanza between Jermell Charlo and John Jackson. That will come. 6th round scheduled for 12. The WBC, the vacant WBC Super Welterweight Championship is on the line between Jermell Charlo, wearing the orange and the blue, and John Jackson wearing the black and the yellow. Bucket of gold. We'll see if Jermell Charlo will follow the instructions of Derek James and continue to double up on the jab. You see that Jermell Charlo is trying to throw a right cross. But so far, it has been Jackson who is the busier fighter in this 6th round, at least from a jab standpoint. Starting to see that Jermell Charlo is changing up his levels a little bit more, and he's still looking for that left hook. He knows that he had John Jackson hurting in the 5th round. And with Jackson, he's throwing shots from different positions, but he's not getting a lot of leverage behind his punches. He's kind of jumped in. It was almost like an MMA Superman punch that he threw a couple of moments ago, but when it comes to boxing, that's not going to work. 90 seconds.
Stop.
Midway point of the 6th round. Charlo trying to cut off the ring, but the key to doing that is throwing the jab. Flicking it out there as he just did. And Jackson retreating, throwing the jab. And he has a nice 1-2 combo with a right hand that got right through the defense of Jermell Charlo. And Julian continues to tell his son, John, throw the jab. I mean, both corners know how it is just such a fundamental punch. And good things can come from it. And John Jackson came on the inside, and he connected with an overhand right.
Oh, stop. Let him up, turn around.
Quarters. And a shot left to the body is John Jackson. 10 seconds to go. Can Jermell Charlo try to steal the round with the flurry here towards the end of the 6th?
Oh, stop.
And we are midway through this WBC Super Welterweight Championship matchup. Here we see when they both connect at the same time, a straight left followed by a left hook by Jermell Charlo. And both fighters have had their chins tested. We're seeing jumping in was John Jackson, and they both land at the exact same time. That is precision if I ever saw such a thing between Jermell Charlo and John Jackson.
Let them go. Yeah, how you feel? Feel good. Yeah, good. Listen, don't talk so far. I want to go defend so fast. You got me?
Cold water. Come on, let's go. You good?
Shoot, shovel, step over. Do not relax. Stay focused, hands up high. How you feel? Okay. So listen. Get on top of him just like you did the last round, okay? On top of him. I need more of that. I need more round 5.
And you heard Derek James tell Jermell we need more of what happened in round 5, and I have on my scorecard.
That's right.
I have John Jackson up 4 rounds to 2 for this championship matchup. It has been the John Jackson show, with the exception of that 5th round. I mean, maybe I could see it around for Jermell, but he's got to pick it up. And now he's throwing the jab with no conviction. But John Jackson is willing to retaliate. And we're starting to see a more aggressive Jermell Charlo. This is what Derek James and company need to see. This is what is in the 5th round. The jab is coming out. It's great, and it sort of pops very much at the end. Very similar to that when Winky Wright, he had that guard, and the jab kind of came out. It buzzed you right at the end, where he could get the most impact. And we're seeing Jermell throw a shot to the body.
Time him good.
I don't know what the process was with Jermell. He cannot wait, and that was a nice clubbing right hand that connected right on the jaw of John Jackson.
Good job.
They come in, and Jermell throws a right hand that misses. And you know what, for John Jackson, give him credit. He moves, but not too much head movement, but he moves enough to be able to evade some of the power punches from Jermell Charlo. But I will say that Jermell is having his...
Can't deal with the timing. He can't deal with it. He's off balance.
Here, Julian Jackson
Nice
tells
and
us
sharp.
he's off balance. Coming in wildly is Jermell Charlo trying to cut off the ring under minutes to go in the 7th round.
No, stop. Let him up. He ain't seen nothing like this, baby.
And
Come on.
Jermell is doing a good job, and he just got off with a left hook, crazy shot. But for the most part, it has been the 26-year-old out of Houston who has controlled this round. A left hook that misses there by Jermell Charlo. I don't know if this is a round that John Jackson took off, but he was not active. He took at least the first minute 45 off. Right hand that connects to the body, but I would have to say that was a solid round for Jermell Charlo, but he is capable of having better rounds.
Have fun, baby. Have fun, Jermell.
Stay focused.
The lovely Kim as the 8th round set to commence. Derek James telling Jermell, look, you have to be busier. Everything off the stick, off the jab. And Jermell, I really I'm curious as to what his thought process is. Now he's coming out hard, and he throws a right hand that backs up John Jackson. Well, where was this in the first couple of rounds? But he could turn the tide of the fight in his favor if he picks it up. John Jackson has been the more active fighter. Can Jermell be the busier fighter in these championship rounds? A jab followed by a clubbing left hook there by Jermell. A nice right hand that caught. Oh, and it's done, John Jackson! And Jackson is out, and this one is over! Oh my goodness! He set him into next week, and we have a new champion. It is Jermell Charlo. It's a brotherly affair. He's a champion. It's Jermell Charlo. Oh my!
Well, fans, we have the time of 51 seconds in round number 8. Our referee in charge, Tony Weeks, stops the contest. He is the winner by way of knockout. He is still undefeated. And the new WBC Super Welterweight Champion of the World, Jermell Iron Man Charlo.
Congratulations, sir. Congratulations.